We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
You've got yourself another Cactus Wrestling preseason ranking video. The heavyweights, our last weight class to review. And make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And let's dive into the rankings. So, 285, number one, Greg Kirkliet is number one. But, I mean, as we saw with the U23s, big bad Wyatt Hendrickson just took home gold. And I know they wrestled, and I know Kirkliet beat him 4-2, but
I don't care.
oh man, it's gonna be interesting. Those are probably the two definite front runners. I think they might be a step ahead of the competition.
Well, yeah, Hendrickson pinned Davison. He pinned Cassiope at the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
And they were the guys that took fourth and fifth.
So I mean, these two guys are gunning for it. What
Honestly,
do you guys think?
I think Hendrickson's gonna take it. Actually, I think Hendrickson's gonna take it because, I mean, he made a huge jump from his first two seasons to this year, like to the point where he went from like he was, I think, what was it? Yeah, round of 12, round of 16, and then third, and that third was in such dominant fashion. He had such a high bonus percentage. He really started to separate himself from all of the other heavyweights out there, aside from, I mean, he had the real close match with Kirkliet, and then he lost to Mason Paris. But that was it. Those are the two guys that beat him, the national champ and the national runner-up. And I mean, considering the fact that he had such a close match with Kirkliet, I mean, even watching the match, he was in it. It wasn't like Kirkliet controlled the match the entire time. Like, he could have beat him in the semis. He didn't. It just didn't go his way. He didn't wrestle well enough. But I mean, yeah, like you were just saying, he just won a U23 world title. He's clearly hungry. He clearly wants this. He clearly wants to win. I think he's going to separate himself even more, and maybe he'll make a Hodge run. Who knows? Like, he with the amount of bonus point wins that he had last year, had he not like lost to Paris and Kirkliet, he definitely would have been in contention for that Hodge trophy.
Ugh, not another heavyweight for Hodge.
I would see it more like if Hendrickson won this weight class, he won the national title, I would see he's more likely to win the Hodge than if Kirkliet wins the title. I don't see Kirkliet winning the Hodge. Like, I don't see him having the bonus point wins like Hendrickson.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I want to see how the season goes first before I declare Hodge for anybody. If Hendrickson doesn't have the same dominating performance, and probably won't be a Hodge guy.
That's true.
But I gotta agree with Mike. I love Kirk, but man, has Wyatt Hendrickson looked good.
Yeah,
At everything. I think that he's learned from his match wrestling and losing to Kirk in the semis. I don't think he goes underneath him next time they wrestle.
Right.
I think he doesn't choose bottom. He says, "Man, we're going back on our feet."
Didn't he take him down once?
I think he took him down
points,
once.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think Kirk had a reversal and maybe backs. I'd have to watch the match again.
Right.
I don't remember it though, but I remember, like I said, that he wouldn't go underneath him again. He's looked really good. The guy that
looking really good against Mason Paris in freestyle.
That's what I was going to say. One of the guys he just teched at U23 Worlds was the guy that took 5th at Senior Worlds. So we talked about this.
But yeah,
we talked about this. Is that theoretically, Hendrickson could have taken bronze at Senior Worlds this year.
Yeah.
On top of taking gold at U23s.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because he's like the Team USA's probably third.
String. Yeah, I would say third. I mean, sorry, Gwiz, you're going down a peg. I think I agree with Jack. These two, Kirk and Hendrickson, are steps above the rest, in my opinion. And Wyatt might be doing all the right things to just push him above and be, a national champion for Air Force, which I don't remember if that's ever happened.
I mean, that'd be a great story. You got to root for him. First story.
Yeah, no, he's the first All-American in like a ton of years. Like I remember when he did it this year, they said it was like 20, 30, 50. I forget how many, but it was a lot of years since they've had even an All-American. But like at the US Open, he had that crazy match with Mason Paris. He was like they both scored over 10 points. And then I think no, I think it was like 17-9, but he came out to a commanding like 9-2 lead and then gave up like 15 points.
No,
But
I thought they were. I think it came down to the wire. I think for the U.S. Open.
oh, maybe they wrestled more than once. No, yeah, I remember it was a wild match.
Yeah, they wrestled a few times very competitively. It's been
Yeah,
crazy every
like
time.
so that's making huge gains in such a short amount of time.
Plus,
But
there was the wild match they had together at the Cliff Keen
oh, I don't
in
know.
folk style. That was
Oh,
Hendrickson's coming out party. I was like, who is this dude? Because I remember texting you guys and saying, man, this guy looks bigger than Mason Paris.
okay, yeah. That was when he lost to Mason. Okay, yeah.
He lost to him. He wrestled him in freestyle as well. Incredibly close again.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Colton Schultz bounces back this year,
No.
Jack?
I think he's kind of plateaued.
I think so too. I think that we're
He's
even
just
seeing
big.
we're seeing on the world stage too is that he's not. He was a Greco world champion at one point, and he's not even doing close to that now.
No. No, yeah.
I think he went 1-2 or 1-1 at his last at senior worlds for Greco.
Yeah.
This is a Greco specialist.
Yeah, Greco specialist, and he's a dud now. Like I could see younger Bastida or Owen Trefan even beating Colton Schultz, or even what's his face, Nick Feldman.
Oh, Nick Feldman. I'm excited for Nick Feldman.
I'm excited for Nick.
I don't know if he's big enough though. That's the only thing.
I could
He's one of
see him
those.
beating Colton Schultz though.
He's one of those tweeners where it's like, okay, like he was like a smaller, more athletic heavyweight in high school. You hope that the redshirt year helped him grow, but also it was a medical redshirt year, so because he got hurt his neck. So you say, wonder how much he was actually able to do to train.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, regardless, he reminds me of. I mean, and they're
Snyder.
probably hoping that he's going to be the next coming of Kyle Snyder, but
For
he
sure.
seems like
Very Snyder-esque.
yeah, similar style. So we have him as number 11, pretty high up. Even though I mean it's tough to rank the freshman, but we're definitely high on him. A couple other names on this list. We'll just go down. Lucas Davison transferring from Northwestern to Michigan. Zach Elam. I mean, these guys senior year have been around.
Yeah.
We kind of know the story with them. Younger Bastard is moving up from 197, so that'll be interesting. I think he was cutting a lot of weight for Iowa State. Harvard's heavyweight Yaroslav. He is transferring to Rutgers. Definitely a tough wrestler. He's a little bit smaller sized heavyweight, but maybe he puts on some size. Owen Treffin is a tough heavyweight from NC State. He was around 16. Tyrell Gordon, Northern Iowa. Josh Heinzelman from Oklahoma. And then Owen Pence was 197 at North Dakota State last year.
He injures a lot of people.
Well, he injured,
I feel like he
ended
people.
Lou Dupre's career.
But then he also injured someone, I think, at Nationals this year. I'm pretty sure like he's ended multiple people's seasons / careers.
Was it Ethan Laird?
No,
I don't remember who, but I remember seeing like injury default, and it was against Pence, and I was just like, I feel like this happens fairly frequently, that Pence ends up injuring people. Not saying he's doing something intentional, but like people are prone to injury when wrestling him.
Well, I mean, Nebraska's gaining a good replacement there for heavyweight, so we'll see how he does.
I'm excited for Dayton Pitzer.
I was about to say a lot of hype around Pitzer.
Well, he started the season off strong last year, and then he got injured, so I guess he got that injury red shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely tough wrestler for Pitt.
Yeah, he was starting to make a name for himself with those big wins at the gate, but yeah, so I'm excited to see what he does when he actually gets a whole season under his belt.
And then to round up the honorable mentions, Luis Fernandez and Luke Luffman, Cornell and Illinois. So Cassiope was on the list. We took him off because of the scandal. So if you watched our 197-pound video, we were speculating if AJ Ferrari is one going to be on Iowa, and two if he's going to be 97 or heavyweight. So there could be some combination of Cassiope or Ferrari or even Ben Keeter for Iowa this year. So I think regardless, Iowa's probably doing pretty okay at heavyweight.
For sure. I'd like to see Keeter go just because I like to, part of it wants to make sure that he stays committed to wrestling, because a lot of those guys that commit for two sports, like, oh, I'm going to do football and wrestling, goes, oh, that's cool until you play your first game of football. And you're like, oh, wait, I can make like tens of millions of dollars. Yeah, I'm going to stick with football. So
Yeah.
I'd like to see him, if he steps on the mat, that's a huge win for like two sport athletes. I also know that like there's the report that he said, I'm trying to bulk up because I expect to be the guy at heavyweight this year.
Right.
So, or like we talked about in the 197 video, if AJ commits to Iowa, but he can't make 197, do we see him try to make 285? And if he does he knock off Keeter or Cassiope?
I think he could probably knock off Keeter because he's still young. Cassiope,
Keeter was a world champion.
Okay, but so was Colton Schultz.
And Greco. We're talking real wrestling here. Sorry, Greco fans.
Oh yeah, my mistake. Whoops.
We're not talking arm wrestling. We're talking real.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't see it.
I mean, people tend to bash on Tony Cassiope, but he's a
good
top.
wrestler.
He's a top five.
Really,
I mean, third, fourth, and seventh. Like he's a top five guy.
Multiple time world medalist too at age level.
I don't think he's gonna eclipse this. Like I don't think he's gonna do better than third or fourth. Like I don't think he's gonna ever be a finalist.
That's fine though. I mean, if I was looking for a team race, they just need someone.
Having a guy that's an All-American every year is pretty great. I mean, it's tough when you're Iowa, you're Penn State, you're Oklahoma State. You have like these, histories of being like, oh, yeah, Mark Hall wasn't very good. He only won nationals once. 3-time national finalist, but only a one-time champ. And then people are like, yeah, that guy. So to be like, oh, it was a 4-time All-American. Like, yeah, but how many national titles did you win? Oh, that's right.
I'm pretty sure we're guilty of that.
I do it all the time. Yeah. The bar is set
all the time.
So high,
we are that guy.
Yeah.
Mark Hall was trash.
The bar is set so high for these colleges and by the fans as well, like us. That like, hey, Cassiope, what's his worst finish? National qualifying year. I think that was the COVID year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So his worst real finish was 7th. And he goes,
disgusting.
Took 4th.
Considering he came off of he did 3rd, then 7th. That is kind of bad.
And then 4th. So if history is right, he'll probably take 8th this year.
Still makes the podium. It's okay. It's good.
Well, I'm excited to see Greg Kerkvliet versus Wyatt Hendrickson. I think that's going to be the finals. I think this is one of the weight classes that you could probably safely bet on. Not that we're going to promote that because of Iowa.
We're not Iowa.
We're not Iowa.
Yeah, but I think this one is. I mean, there's 2 clear-cut guys that are leaps and bounds ahead of the rest, and it's going to be fun to watch them duke it out.
I'm still riding with Big Greg.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Gotta support Penn State.
Gotta support.
They haven't won in a while.
Yeah, you gotta support the underdog like Penn State.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Drop a comment down below. Make sure you hit a like button and subscribe on your way out. And thanks for watching Cactus Wrestling.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.